Okay, part 2 of season 1, episode 2 of The Wheel of Time. So now we're switching scenes from Moraine and Egwene and the kids, and we're going to the next scene. So then there's something with Perrin. Something up with Perrin. He's having flashbacks. And yeah. Rand is having nightmares, and I do not like the scene. I do not like the scene at all either. This episode has some gross parts in it. But Rand has a nightmare where he pulls a dead bat out of his freaking mouth. That's freaking disgusting. That was so gross. And then he awakes and there's actual dead bats everywhere. Like, what? And Rand accuses Moraine of the bats and the nightmares. Because, yeah, it is a little suspicious. I would say that that's a little suspicious, right? Moraine shows up and then they start having nightmares. And they start being attacked by Trollocs. And yeah, so then Moraine and everybody's trying to figure, like, oh, is there people in your dream? And yes, other people are having dreams with these nightmares, okay? And Moraine's like, tell me about your dreams because dreams have more power than you know, okay? Rand still doesn't trust Moraine. And he's a little suspicious because Moraine wants to take them to Tar Valon, which is the White Tower, where the White Tower is, where the Aes Sedai live. And Rand is like, well, what are the men even going to do at the White Tower? Because we're men, and the White Tower's for women. And they, like, have a fight. I like this part. They, like, have a fight, kind of, and then Moraine is like, you can come with me or not, but I've run out of patience and time. And then her and Lan just, like, ride away, leaving the kids there, and then the kids are, like, still, like, fighting, whatever, kind of. And then Egwene in this little scene stands up for Moraine, and, like, she said, Moraine is protecting us and healing us, so we should go with her. And then Matt comes to the conclusion that, Matt does say to Rand, like, there's a reason Moraine wants to keep us alive, and when that reason goes away, we are disposable. But she shoots fireballs out of her hands, so let's stay on her good side. And I thought that was funny too. So then that kind of is like, then Rand is like, okay. Then they're all like, yeah, okay, we'll go with Moraine and Lan. So then they're like, okay, yeah, let's go. Okay, so then all the kids catch up to Lan and Moraine, and they run into the White Cloaks, and you realize that Moraine, I don't know why the White Cloaks would not have already known Moraine. Moraine seems like she knows everybody, but she hides her Aes Sedai ring, and the White Cloaks inspect them. They're like, do you have any Aes Sedai? Do you have any Aes Sedai here? Are you an Aes Sedai? And so they, like, develop a cover story and everything, and blah blah blah. And the White Cloaks are also known as Children of the Light. And then it's funny, oh yeah, I thought this was funny, at the end they, like, have this whole, like, are you an Aes Sedai thing, like, but then, like, then it's revealed that Moraine was stabbed and she has, like, this wound on her and stuff, and then they're like, well, you need to find an Aes Sedai to heal you. So, like, in the same vein, they were like, where's the Aes Sedai? We hunt them down. But then they were also like, but the only person that can heal you is an Aes Sedai, so you should probably find her. That was funny. We learned that Aes Sedai cannot heal themselves too. So Moraine cannot heal herself. She can heal everybody else, but not herself. Moraine says this, I think. Sometimes when I like their lines, I write them down. We will always tell the truth. It just may not be the truth you think you hear. So listen carefully. That's a good thing for everybody to know. Then they start singing the song to Manetheren, which I've learned some more background information about all this that is said in this scene too, but which, again, okay, I don't want to go down this whole thing where I was like, I didn't really pay attention to this the first time, but now I paid attention to it and it means something more. Yes, okay, that's the whole gist of these whole videos, okay? So the song to Manetheren. So Manetheren is what used to be the Two Rivers, back in the day. So here's the story of Manetheren. There's a king, King Aemon, and they were fighting a battle and they needed help, and so they called for help for everybody, and no one came. No one came to help them. They waited 10 days. They held off 10 days the battle, and no one came to help them. Then Queen Eldrine, when her husband died, so King Aemon, when King Aemon died, she reached out in grief to the One Power and hurled it at the army. So she touched the One Power. Very powerful. She did this on the 13th day when nobody came to help her. And a hurricane of fire rushed across the land. Eldrine burnt up from too much One Power. So that's a big thing that happens a lot, is when people touch the One Power or the true power and it's too much power, it burns you up and you die. Oh yeah, and during the battle, when it was starting to get serious, they sent all the children of Manetheren away to safety, right? Kind of like, it seems like kind of like in during World War II, when they sent all the children away from Britain, from England. But then after the whole battle, you know, Manetheren was wiped out, but the children returned. The children returned. So now, upon rewatching this and kind of things are sinking in more, I'm starting to wonder if, like, the parents, like some of these Two Rivers kids, their parents are the children of Manetheren. I'm starting to wonder that. But again, I don't actually know. But I'm just wondering that now. But yeah, so the old blood runs deep in the Two Rivers. So the old blood of Manetheren runs deep in the Two Rivers. Okay, so I'm gonna stop this video now because it's a good place to stop, and then we're gonna go into Shadar Logoth. Shadar Logoth. The Shadows Waiting City of